Hey everyone, Diane here from Decoeasy. Welcome to our channel. It's a channel of me and my mother-in-law Jenny. Thank you for stopping by and we hope that you enjoyed today's video.
Today, of course we'll use the Jenga blocks. This is one of my last packages that comes from the Action because the Action don't sell these anymore, despite are fun. So I only have 1.5 left, which we're going to use today. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. But these are the follow-ups for the one who wants to compare. They both cost €3. This is a 60 piece, this is a 45 piece. And this one comes from a web shop for €3 and this one comes from the Action for €3. And yeah, we were searching for them for weeks, but they took them off their website and I also took them off their web shop. So we can't buy these anymore. They don't sell them anymore. Today we're going to make a winter DIY and therefore we need some blocks. So just drag this one out. I'm going to throw them up on the table. Those are ready for the Jenga fall sound. I just love that sound. Of course we keep this one here apart because that one you don't want to see on the front side because this is some really weird print. And if you're going over it with paint, you will still see it, even though the paint is black. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to make a hat with you today. And therefore you need a couple of blocks. And I will lay them down because I want to know how many I need. Just like so. And I also have an iron ring to help me sorting them. Help me draw the figure. This is an iron ring that I used for I don't know what. But anyway, you just keep the center. Oh, I think we're already there then. What I wanted to say, you can just take out the center, which is about here, and then lay it upon your blocks. And then you can draw a line around. So I now know that this is enough. And then I'm going to lay that ring away and open up my wood glue, also from Action. And I'm going to move these a little bit, glue down all the blocks together, and therefore I want to do it like this. Just put them up. And then I'm going to put some of the wood glue around. And that's just like icing a cake for me. That's always what the feeling gives me. Just add some frosting. There we go. And now I'll always leave this one to dry for a couple of minutes before I put them together. So somehow I think that works better for the glue. The glue sets in better. So leave this for a couple of minutes and then apply them together. Okay, I think I waited long enough. What I like to do, this works easier. I glued everything except for the last one. And I can just quickly put them behind each other, and that last one here. And that's how I like to glue my blocks. Now we let this dry, and then we can just add a layer of glue in the middle, and then we glue that also together so that we have one big pile of blocks ready for the half circle to drown. Okay, just leave it like this, and then we'll be back when the glue is dry. Well, this glue here is dry, so time to glue these together. Just do it the same way as I did with the other blocks. Add the frosting to the blocks, like so, and here a little bit as well. Now what you also can do to divide the glue a little bit better is just gently wipe both glued sides against each other, gently rub in, and then you can wait or you can just put them together, whatever you like. Make sure that everything is covered really well. I'm going to lay them down instantly. There's one, and there is number 2. like so. I made the other block as well, so we can make 2 hats. And I also like to have an edge where we can put some fur around. And I think this is okay. And I will be cut underneath here. So you grab some of the blocks, 8 to be precise. And I think we're going to glue them together as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it this way, just as I did with the other ones. Glue and then wait until it's dry. And after that, well, you can later apply them underneath here, because I think we're first going to do the sewing here, but therefore everything needs to be dry. Welcome back. The glue is dry, also for the 2 edges. These are being used later, so I'll put them away, and I will show you how you can make a line so you know where to cut. First, turn this thing, because this is the ugly side. There might be some restraints of wood glue, and I personally like to use this side for drawing, because you can always smoothen out and file the other side if necessary. Now, I'll take the ring, and I see here the beginning and the end, so I lay it down here in the center. Now you have to hold this thing still while drawing a line. I use a red marker, oops, so I know where to cut, because it isn't super light outside at this time of the year here. And I always do my woodwork cutting, sewing outside. Tiny little bit. Now, this must be it, I think. Looks pretty cartoony, but that's cool. We'll also draw the other one. First do the flip. Oh, it's not completely dry, I see. Well, then we just draw. And then we wait a little more for the cutting process. And just skip the tiny piece where the glue is. I think I know where to cut when the glue has dried up. There we go. Oh, I moved it. Oops. Yep. Moved it a little bit. Carefully placing it back in. Is it okay? Yeah, I think this is okay. Now the last tiny bit. Perfect. And this tiny little bit of here. Like so. Now I'm going downstairs to cut out these half circles. At the end I could have also laid them down like this. Now I think of it, put the ring here and start making the same shape. But that's always afterwards. Okay, I'll be back. Here they are, both of the half of the pieces. I think it's done. It went well. Here and there are some little bit of splinters. First I'm going to grab myself a file, and then I file the edges very smoothly. Then I just brush off with a brush the most of the dust. And then we can start painting these. So I'm not going to just show you the filing thing. I think you all know how to file. Just smoothly go around, and then we'll start painting. This is paint from the construction store. Just basic white wall paint. And I don't know what I paid for it. No, I totally forgot. And of course you will need a brush too. I'm going to paint these two white as well. So everything will be nice and white. Actually, I was thinking if I do everything completely white, maybe it's a little bit too white. So I think I'm going to beeswax these. Keep them apart. I think we'll first do the painting of these, because these really need to be white to have a little bit of contrast. Now, grab some of your paint. Start on the edges, because those are harder to paint if you painted everything else. So I like to start on the edges first, because then I can also turn around the block a little bit more. Okay, I think we're almost there. Now wipe away to one side to check if there are any drippers, then you can get rid of them by now. And the last one. Now I'm carefully and quickly going to drop the whole thing without making my fingers dirty. Now you just can paint the whole thing. What I try to do with to avoid drippers on the side that you just painted is not paint like this towards the edge, but like that. Remove the can a little bit. So wipe outwards. And by that you can never get some paint which is, you know, some kind of stuck behind that edge. I think it needs a second layer, to be honest. I think so, but we'll see. Also going to paint this one, and then I'll be waxing the bases of the hat. Both of the edges are waiting to dry, and actually I want to try something else. I have some kind of brown paint that I'd like to use for my hats. I thought, well, let's try just a different color. Okay, carefully drip something. Here I have a spare block. Let's use that as a palette. Yes, that works well. Okay. Just wanted to test the color. Now, just dabbing in the brush. The first one to paint the edges. Now, I hope this is a good coverage, because I forgot how this stuff painted. I haven't used it for a while. And that's why I use the spare block, but you can also use a bit of paper, not absorbing paper of course, to use it as some palette that painters do as well. Yeah, I really like this color. Perfect for winter, very rustic, and also a little bit of a farmhouse color, I think. But the bad thing is that I've never seen this kind of color again at the Action, because this stuff came from Action. They still sell other colors of this paint, but not, unfortunately, not this brown beige color anymore. Pity, but hey, what can we do about it? Nothing. Now, first do the edges. Almost there, and now we can start painting the big parts. I think I'm going to drop the paint directly upon the wood of those hats, to be honest. Just a tiny little bit on the brush then. Yeah, that's one disadvantage of this paint. It is super thin. The other wall paint that I just used was quite thick. But hey, it was also much more expensive than this stuff here. Okay, now I think I'm there. Here's just a tiny little bit that still needs some paint. Let's pour it. We'll see how much we need. Again, I start in the center. I'm going to wipe it outwards. Like so. Just like that. And hopefully by doing this, you avoid drippers that might appear upon your wood. One final brush towards that end. And I used a little bit too much paint, so I'm just wiping it off on the non-painted block. And that's it. Perfect sheer brown. I'm going to do this one as well. And then we let everything dry and apply a second layer. I think both of these need second layers. Okay, this is dry, or at least almost. I lay these apart because we don't need them yet. I'm going to do something with these hat things. Therefore I have this fur. It's 2 meters artificial fur. Bought it once from the Action and kept it in my stash for years, or it was from a garden center, I don't remember anymore. Anyway, I have it for years, I think about even 5 years, And I'm going to put that around here. So I already heated up the glue gun. You'll also need finger protectors, or I'll use a scissor. This works out too. Now I'm going to turn it over, and here we have the fur. It is, as you can see, wider than the wood. That's not a big deal. As long as you keep one side here aligned, that the other bottom part is wider, that isn't a bad thing. Okay, what we're going to do is pour glue here, or let's say around here. Now quickly add the fur. I'm going to hold it for a couple of seconds. Oh, sorry, I put it in front of what I wanted to show you. Now it is cooled down. As an addition, you can also add some glue here for more strength to your DIY. Try to keep it aligned on the top section. Hold. We're going to do the same thing over here. Just like that. Hold it. Now we can cut off about this, I think. Yeah, I think I do it this way. Might be messy. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Yeah, no, it is a little bit. That isn't a big thing. You can easily put it together and throw it in your bin. Last but not least, add some glue here as well and fold this around too. And that's it. Now you have the bottom section for your hat. Just finish the second one. Some loose pieces of fur. You can just wipe it away. And there you go. You can ruffle it up a little bit with your hands. Look, now it comes much more alive. And the good thing is that we have a lot of wood left here on the back. And we're going to glue that with wood glue upon your snowy hat. Like I said, I wanted to do this with wood glue because I think that gives the strongest connection. So therefore, I'm going to add wood glue here in quite a thick line about here. Like so, and also do the other half here. Not too much to the side, because when I'm going to push it upon the other wood, on the brown wood, then I'm afraid that it will, yeah, you know, the glue will drip extremely. You can also use a brush to wipe this out. I'm going to leave it for a couple of minutes, and then I will putting this one back here. Okay, well, there we go. Just placing it here. Do need some help. Here I have some coasters. Oops. That was my finger. And I try to, yeah, look, it can support the block. How much do I need? 3. Okay, now put this one upon it too. There we are. Put the coasters underneath the wood, like that. If you want to, you can now put a heavy object upon it. I think I'm going to use, let me wipe off my finger. I think I'm going to use my toolkit. Just put my toolkit upon here, so this can, you know, settle in pretty well, and let that glue dry for a couple of hours, maybe overnight if you want to. The hat is almost complete. The only thing that we need to make now are some decorations for the top, and therefore you need some yarn to make pom-poms. I have this one here. It's a really thick piece of yarn, piece of thread, and I'm going to cut it open. find the end and the beginning, and then we're going to make some pom-poms together. By the way, this came from Action as well. It's acrylic yarn, and it costed €3. Okay, for the pom-poms, I have a box here. It is a really smooth box. You can also use your hand or a piece of cardboard instead of the whole box. Now let's first cut off a piece of yarn. If you want to do it in your hand, then I suggest putting that big piece of yarn here in between your fingers, and then you can start wrapping around like that. That's an option. Or yeah, you just start wrapping it around, but don't do it too tight, otherwise you can't pull the yarn underneath anymore. You're going to wrap like this until you're satisfied with the amount of wool or yarn or whatever you're using that has been wrapped around the box or around your hand. If you're done with that, cut off the edge. Now comes the most exciting thing. That's why you shouldn't have did this too hard. You can just, that's because of it's a smooth box, gently pull it off and hold it around your hand. Okay, now try to find the center and lay your other piece of yarn in the center. Make a double knot, pull real tight, and then trim the ends of this double knot. You can still move around now if you want to tighten it up or loosen it on some edge. Okay, I think I'm happy with the dividing. Maybe I'll do a triple knot here, because then it's easier to glue on top of the hat. Plus this stuff is pretty smooth and silky feeling, so I'm afraid that it will fall out. Okay, now you take these loops here and you can cut around through here. Also do that on the other side, and then it will fall apart just like here. And it will fall apart as a pom-pom. Now here you have a pom-pom. I think it is super cute. You can now use your glue gun. I personally like to heat that knot, or put glue on the knot that I just made. There we go. Make it a really big piece. And then you can just glue it down in the center. Hold for a couple of seconds, and then you, as you can see right now, you have your pom-pom upon your hat. Now that I see this pom-pom, I think the edge here is way too thick. This would be better. So I think, I'm going to turn it over, I'm going to glue around here too. Fold these in would be a good idea. And then glue around like that, so your hat will look like this from the front side. I think otherwise it's pretty much off balance. Okay, cute one, isn't it? I think I'm also going to do the other one like this. And yeah, you can always, if you want to, trim the ends of your pom-pom if you're not completely satisfied with how it looks. But yeah, better to make it longer and then that you make it smaller, because you can't make this thing longer, except if you have got to do it all over again. Okay, they're done. I only need one finishing touch, and I thought these ornaments would be nice. They come from Action. These are especially for winter, so no Christmassy ornaments. And I think I'm going to use the mittens here. Yeah, they're ornaments indeed for in your tree, but I'm just going to cut off those small ropes. And I also have socks, but I really like these ice skates. I think I'm going to use these too. So just cut off these cords without damaging the fur, of course. Okay, that's one. And now the other one too. And I'm going to glue these. I think here upon those fur, something like this. Maybe I'm going to let them stick out, sorry. Something like this, perhaps. And then with the ice skates, I'm going to do the same. Cut off the cords. But do it carefully, don't damage the fur of the skates. And I thought they were so cute just for winter time. And it's something different, not only having, you know, the Christmas ornaments inside your store, so I'm happy that they had these. Okay, that was a really light cut. I think my glue gun is hot as well. I'm going to put these in the opposite direction. Oh, let's just move over the... Yeah, something like this would be cool, I think. Just play a little bit with how you want to have them. I'm going to glue this. Let's start off with the base layer. One big dot of glue would be enough. Just then gently push. And then place the other one in as well. Let them rest. Now we get this one here. Oh. Big dot of glue. Rearrange the shoe hiders a little bit. I think I'm going to do it here and there. And this is what you get. Here is the one with the mittens. And here's the one with the ice skates. Now, I think these are perfect for your bookshelf, for in your wreath, in your cupboard, wherever you want to place them. You can also make rope on the back so you can hang them up in front of your window. Just use your imagination. Here we are for the final result reveal. Two really cute wintry hats, which you can decorate on your own using your own colors and your own decorations. Let us know in the comment section what you think. We hope that you liked it. We had fun making this, and we hope you had fun watching. Well, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. We hope you had fun, and we hope to see you back again next time. Bye everyone!